Has anyone ever asked you the question, what do you want to do with your life? What do you want to do with your life? If you're anything like me, that's a tough question to answer, and that's not because there's nothing that comes to mind, but because there's too much. When you really think about it, it's kind of a ridiculous question. The average lifespan in more developed countries, which you're probably in if you're watching this video, is already reaching over 80 years. That's only continuing to increase with improvements in technology and medicine. Meanwhile, this question is getting thrown around at kids still in high school, and by the time they're 18 to 20-ish and start going through college, they're forced to seriously consider it and make a decision that they feel will impact the rest of their lives. It's a rough position to be in. You'll have just barely begun to explore the world and all the options you have available to you when the time comes for you to choose what to do with the next 60 years of your life. Yeah, 60 years, nobody was retiring in this economy. But not only is the idea that you have to pick your life's purpose by the age of 20 a ridiculous expectation, but I also just don't think it's an accurate reflection of reality. I mean, a lot of people say that life is short, but I disagree. Life is long, really long. I mean, just from a quick Google search, it seems like most people generally agree that reaching a senior level in most careers can take anywhere from 8 to 15 years. That means that if you use your time correctly, and if you play your cards right, you could become senior level at 3, 4, maybe even 5 career paths throughout your life. It's crazy, but that means that you could be 50, having worked nearly 30 years in a career that you no longer care for, and you could go back, start over, from scratch, and become proficient and expert level in whatever field you choose, and still have time. Would it be easy? Probably not. But if you're choosing to make that decision, it's probably because it's something you're passionate about. And if you're passionate about it, it doesn't matter if it's easy or not. The fact is that you can do it. I know people who are in their 20s, myself included, who just kind of look back and think, oh my God, I've chosen the wrong thing. I didn't make the right decision, and now I'm stuck. And I can't go back, I can't change it. There's no time left, it's too late. I can't do what I actually want to do. I can't do any of the things that I really want to do. And I think it's because we've sort of been brought up in this culture where everything has to be done perfectly. You go to school, you go to college, you choose your major, you graduate in it and you get a job, and then you just work until the day you die, right? It's bleak, and there's no room for error, no room for experimentation. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think we've been brought up in that way, and when you combine that with the feeling of being in a race, of not wanting to fall behind all of the people you know, of feeling like you need to achieve a certain point in your life and in your career within a certain time, it makes it feel impossible, because how could you possibly go back and start over when you've already sunk in 5 years plus an entire college degree going onto the path that you're currently on? It genuinely feels paralyzing, and it feels impossible. But it's not. I mean, the important thing here is to recognize that you are your own limiting factor. You're the one telling yourself that it's too late. You're the one telling yourself that you can't do it. And who knows, maybe there are other people in your life who are telling you those same things, but you're the one who's listening to them. You're the one who cares what they have to say. There are so many things that I've wanted to do throughout my life, and in one way or another, I've been blocked from them. And it's frustrating. Every day I have this pervasive feeling of frustration, just because I know that there are interests and passions out there that I want to follow, but that I can't because I'm too busy already following a path that somebody else chose for me. I'm too busy climbing a ladder that I don't even care to see the top of. But it doesn't have to be that way. For so long, there were so many things that I thought were impossible, but little by little, that's been changing. I want to reject the idea that you have to follow through on the decisions that you made when you were young and ignorant. I want to reject the idea that you have to commit yourself to one singular purpose in life. And I want to reject the idea that you have to grow up and give up on the things that you're passionate about. I think you're capable of way more than you think. And that's what I want to encourage with this YouTube channel. I want to show you that you don't have to choose. I want to show you that you can go from 0 to 80 in anything, regardless of what phase of your life you're in. I want to show you that it's not disadvantageous to have plenty of things that you're interested about, plenty of things you're passionate about, and that it's totally okay for you to love all of those things and want to do all of those things. You don't have to choose, and you don't have to give up on any of them. Life is long, really long, and the time that it takes you to go from not knowing anything about something to actually being quite good at it is a lot shorter than you think. So if this idea excites you, if you're like me and you want to prove to yourself that you're able to learn to do things that you never thought you'd be able to, and you want to follow your passions and reject the notion that you have to give up on them, then join me in this journey. I have a bunch of different ideas for videos that I hope will not only show you that you are more capable to learn than you think, but also to show you how to reach that point. There are just a bunch of different areas in my life where recently I've started to reach a point where I've realized that I'm doing things I never thought I'd be able to, and it's an amazing feeling, and I want to help you feel that too. So if that interests you, click on that little red subscribe button and let's see where this goes.